Hey guys, welcome to Code Spy. So today we are going to talk about our next topic and very interesting topic, that is Spring AI. So what is Spring AI? Spring AI is a kind of abstract layer or abstractions over existing AI models. So to understand this, we can take an example. Okay, so I will create a kind of a small table here. So suppose that you are working on some project. Okay, so you can take example of our last project, that is a hotel booking system. Okay, so this is your project. Okay, and you want to create a chatbot for your hotel booking system. Okay, so for that you want to use OpenAI. I will create a new service which is going to deal with your chatbot related code. So I will use OpenAI for that, and here I will write our chatbot related code and I will connect to your microservices. Tomorrow you have some new requirement, and for that you want to use Google AI. So again you will create a kind of new service which is going to deal with your Google AI related code. Okay, so this is our new service, and again you will integrate to your project. Again you have some new requirement, and for that you want to use some different AI like Amazon based AI or Microsoft based AI. Okay, so some another AI, and again you will integrate to your project. So as you can see that for different functionality you are creating different services which is going to increase the complexity of your application. Okay, so how Spring AI will help you here? So Spring AI is going to provide you a kind of basic template or abstract layer over existing AI models. So you don't need to create different services for different AI related functionalities. You can leverage a single AI model, and you can use it for different purpose using Spring AI. Now you have a project. Okay, and you have created a service which is using Spring AI. So now what you have to do is, if you want to create a chatbot, you can use OpenAI related code in this same service. You have to just update a basic level configuration, but the template is going to same. If you want to use Google AI, again you will use the same application or same service, only a configuration and few lines of code will change, and you can connect this application to your project. So this way you are going to reduce the complexity of your application. So in this side you can see that for different purpose, for chatbot you are using OpenAI. For some other suppose that you are using image processing, so for that you are using Google AI, and some for other AI related functionality you are using some different AI models. And using Spring AI you are maintaining a single AI services, and it will provide you a basic template, and using that you can connect any of the existing model for different purposes. Okay, so now we will see like how can you create a Spring AI project. So to create a Spring AI project I am using a Spring tool suite. Okay, so I will suggest, like, if you are working on Spring related project, then this is the best IDE. Okay, so to create a Spring related project or a Spring AI project, I will select a create new Spring Starter project, or you can use its web version also. And name I can give like Spring AI, and the Java version which I am going to use is Java 17, and type will be like Maven, and rest of the things I will keep it as it is. Then I will select next. Here I want to use like DevTools first, my favorite. Then it is going to be a kind of web project, so I will use Spring Web. And I have to add AI related dependencies. So when you create a Spring AI, you have to choose some existing models, right? Which model you want to use. So I am going to use OpenAI. Okay, so I will select OpenAI here, and you can add a processor also, like the Spring config processor, configuration processor. Okay, then click on next and finish. Okay, so our project is ready, and I will create some packages, like I'm going to follow that MVC pattern here. Okay, so I will create a controller, sorry, and service, and I will create some configs. So some config is also required for this, so I'm going to use config. Okay, so in controller I will create a new class. I will keep its name like Spring AI controller. In service I will create a new service. Spring AI service, and there will be a config class, AI config. Okay, I will use REST controller here, and in service I will use service application, and in configuration I will use config. Okay, so as I told you, like in this project I am going to use OpenAI. So if you open your pom.xml file, you will see like I have added this dependency OpenAI Spring Boot starter. But now if you try to run your application, it will throw an error. So why it is throwing an error? It says that OpenAI API key must be set. Okay, so for that, like to use OpenAI in your project, you have to configure OpenAI related secrets keys in your application. So for that you have to create an OpenAI account. So I will show you like how can you create OpenAI account. So once you go here, click on OpenAI. Okay, you can click on API login. So if you don't have any account on OpenAI, then you can create it. I have it, so I'm going to use my existing account. So once you log in, you will come on this dashboard, and to create a API key, you have to click on this API keys option, and you can see that I have already created one API key. But like if you want to create a new one, if you have not created it, then just click on this create new secret key, and you have to like you can provide any name here, and you have to select a project. You can keep this project as default project, and then click on create secret key. Once you click on this create secret key, it will ask to solve you a puzzle. Once you solve it, then your key is your key will be created. Okay, once your API key is ready, you can go back to your application, and you can open the application.properties file, and here you can add the parameter spring.ai.openai.api key. So whatever key you have created, you have to add that key here. Okay, and your work is not done here. So the thing is like this API is not free. You can't hit this API in free of cost. So for that you have to add some amount. So for that you have to go to settings and click on billing. Okay, once you come here, like you have to add here balance. Okay, so minimum balance should be like $5. So to add a balance, like you can go to payment method, and I have already added my card. Here you can add a payment method and you can add the balance here. So minimum amount should be like $5. So now you go back to your application. So once you add your Open API key, and so after all this configuration, if you like start your application, then you would be able to run this application. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a simple chatbot. So to create a chatbot, I'm going to use OpenAI. Okay, so for that first I have to update my configurations, like how I'm going to use OpenAI to create a chatbot. So for that I will use a class called OpenAI client. Okay, the class is like OpenAI, and this is going to return new OpenAI. Okay, so here you have to, so this is the class which I am going to use, OpenAI API. This is going to connect to your OpenAI API using this token. So don't worry about these classes and all that, like what is the purpose of this class. In later videos I will tell you. In this video we are just focusing on like how can you create your Spring AI project. Okay, so for that here in this OpenAI constructor, I have to pass the token. So token I have already defined in application.properties. I have to read that token here, and then I have to pass it. So this way I can read whatever key I have defined in application.properties. You can use application.properties or YAML file, so it's up to you. So once the connection is done, then you need some client through which you can connect with your OpenAI models. Okay, like what is the purpose of chatbot? Like you want to so customer is adding some queries, and for that they want some response. So for that chat client is going to help you. So this is going to provide the communication between sender and receiver. Okay, so for that I am going to create a chat client object. So I am using this chat client class. So now your Spring AI config is ready. Okay, now I will go back to Spring AI controller, and I will create a kind of mapping here. So this is a kind of method which we have created in our REST controller. So what I'm doing here is like so in request param I am accepting a parameter as a message, and like if you're not getting any value, then I'm passing a default value as a tell me a joke. Okay, so like to process the message or to process the query for this message, I am going to create a kind of chat client, or I am going to create a kind of chatbot which is going to resolve this query. So for that I will use a Spring AI service, and here I will create that method. Okay, so I have created a one method here, like I have created a chat client object, and using that chat client object I am creating a prompt, and whatever message you have passed and whatever message a customer has passed, I am passing the same message to this user message method, and whatever response I am getting from this model, I am returning it back. Okay, so let's see how this works. I have to create object of a Spring AI service. I will call this method here get dummy chat response, and I will pass the message like whatever I am getting from the client or a customer. Okay, now our chatbot is ready. Okay, so let's see how it works. So our application is running, and let me open some Postman or something. My application is running on 8080, and I have passed AI. Okay, and request param is message. Okay, so in message I can ask like, hi, how are you? Okay, let's see what is the response we are getting. See what the response you got. Hello, I am just a computer program, so I don't have a feelings, but I am here to help you. How can I assist you today? Okay. So whatever query you are adding here, you are getting the response for that query. I can pass any other thing. What is chatbot? Something. Okay, let's see what do we get in the answer. So now you are getting the response. Chatbot is a computer program that simulates blah 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 blah. A definition of that chatbot. Okay, so like this is a kind of basic level chatbot which I have created. So this is the way to create a Spring AI project. And I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share this video and subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.